All right, here we are. I thought I would go live for a bit and get some live time. It's too cold here in Ontario to take my equipment outside today, but spring-like weather is coming, starting later today and later tomorrow. Supposed to be in 40s and 50s. Pretty much the rest of the week, as not in the mornings, but as the day rolls on. So that's going to make a way. Sorry, I am trying to get things going here. It's a bit distracting. YouTube doesn't actually share things out the way they should, and so you have to do it yourself. But here's the thing. I'm just going to put this out there. There's a few things out there from some YouTubers that really bug me. I was following regularly, and one of them, I don't know what they're thinking. They decided they are going to do something different. One of the different things they're going to do is turn comments off, and then tell people if they really want to know what's going on, go to Patreon. But the thing here about turning comments off, guess what? YouTube and Patreon are both about the viewer. They're about community, and without the community, you've got no basis really. How can you invite people to be members of your channel or members of Patreon if you're shutting the community out? That is sincerely my thought right there. Don't if you want your true supporters are the ones that are paying monthly. Okay, memberships and Patreon and stuff like that. When you shut them out or you alienate them, it's pretty much all over. It's game over. Game over for you. That's just a fact of, as I see it. Once you alienate your viewers and your supporters, those people that pay you monthly, every month, without a doubt, off their credit card, it comes out. Doom, 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 doom. Whether it's memberships, levels, Patreon, no matter what it is. Once you alienate them and cut them out, you're done. You're done. You're not doing anything for yourself but losing your livelihood. It might not happen right away, but as soon as those people who are paying have no input, it's over. The best thing you could do for your channel as a vlogger like that is perhaps turn on chats for subscribers only. Except that closes you up. If you're looking to grow bigger, really shuts you out from the crowd and in a hurry. Still trying to get this shared out, guys. Sorry. But anyway, that was my one thought. We here, I would not cut off any kind of chat. I don't have that large of a community, but if you cut chat out, it's like quitting. You're giving up. That's basically what it amounts to, giving up. and give us a little bit of music too. I don't want to upset anybody with saying that. If you're running a YouTube channel, remember a number one thing: without the community, you're not going to get recommended very much. Okay, because YouTube's algorithms taking a look at what the community is discussing, how big the community is, and they're going to recommend it to people who are talking and searching about the things your community is also talking about. Whether it's in favor of what you're doing or it's not in favor of what you're doing, doesn't matter. And it shouldn't matter to you either, so long as you get the subscribers and the viewers and the communication going. It doesn't matter what those people chat about. The idea of the chat room is for those guys to spend as much time as they can viewing, so they see more and more ads. You have the community, they create friendships, and they have their own discussions that sometimes you're not part of if you're not paying attention. You're not necessarily a part of your own community on your channel. Community is community. They will do as they do, and the more you're online, the more that community can get together, the more they're watching your content. That's why I mentioned that 24-hour streams are very important, because the community knows that they can go to that 24-hour pre-recorded stream, and they can meet, they can get together and bond more. That's what the community is about. Those people are bonding. That's your bread and butter when it comes to advertising, because they're seeing those ads when they pop up every time they log in to that stream. And there are companies out there, you can do it yourself if you have an extra, because you can have more than one stream going on Facebook. There are companies who will give you servers where you pay so much for your 24-hour streams for a week or two, and you can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as many as you want, plus the stuff, the regular video uploads that you do, and the lives that aren't pre-recorded. Those things will help build community. Community is not something basically for you. That is to build your view hours for your advertising. You want ad revenue to go up? Get a 24-hour pre-recorded stream going every day, 7 days a week, nonstop. Get the community bonded together. That is going to be a meeting place, not necessarily for you at all, but for them. It's like having a chat room on IRC or on Discord or anywhere else. Okay? The chat is about the community. You're about the stream. You can go on and say some people are going to notice what you say and some people are not. As long as the chat doesn't get out of control and your moderators keep it in line, you shouldn't have to worry about it. You're always going to snag a couple who are listening to what you got to say according to what your title is or your thumbnail or whatever. But a lot of you guys out there, this guy was posting a lot of conspiracy crap for the last weeks, and he's getting a lot of negative comments, and you got to know that's the reason why he's turning comments off. He doesn't want to deal with the negatives and the people who don't like the conspiracy crap that he's been posting. But you're going to get that as long as you're not. And I'm not saying you gotta your vlogs have to have fluff in them. I'm not saying that at all. But you can't go out so far outside reality that nobody is agreeing. Okay. Especially when you start talking about these get-rich-quick schemes that you are posting about. I mean, you know, from $1 to $1 million in the blink of an eye type of stuff that you are posting. That's, and believe me, there's a particular YouTuber, but a lot of them are doing it. I mean, he thinks a lot of them doing it, but relatively, as I search, it's just a small minority. And Facebook is getting rid of them quicker than flies and a vat of syrup, so to speak. That's just my view on it anyway. I gotta go get my coffee because this is about Ramble and coffee. You know what I'm saying? Here you do. So anyway, yeah, that community is it's basically, and I know some people will disagree with this, I guess, but it's true. Community, not about still sharing out this stream because I wanted to be clear about what I was talking about. That is my biggest pet peeve of the week, and I brought this up in my last stream too. About the same group. It was the Kevin 24/7 and the Squirrel Tribe Life and Squirrel Tribe. I don't know what they think they're doing or how they think it's going to earn them more money, but they've cut all their community off now. They've shut all their posts commenting off. So the community that had bonded there and was viewing those commercials and stuff, they aren't going to be there no more. They're going to vanish. They have there's plenty of other places they can find to hang out. There's too many people on YouTube running those 24-hour streams where they can go and have their round robin conversations and bond the way they've grown accustomed to. It's not, for a lot of them, it's not really about the message that you're presenting. You're presenting message to people who want to hear it, yes. But the chat groups are the chat groups. And some of them, and I'm going to tell you right now, probably a lot of them don't agree with you. I mean, they may say, yeah, and this and that and the other thing. But since you don't even get super chat questions 90% of the time, and I've been following for quite a while. Where are those super chats where people send you money to ask particular questions and comments that are highlighted, that it's hard to ignore? You know why? Because it's a community that is bonded. They're not really interested in you at all. Your scammy conspiracy type videos don't appeal to them, but they have bonded so much with each other as a community that they continue to collect. You could shut the video off and have a black screen and no sound. They'd be just as happy. In fact, I've seen it. Some streams take a while to end because sometimes YouTube gets busy. They can't process everything at once. The chat room keeps going long after you've been gone. Big evidence that you have a big separation with the people that you think are your fans. They're not your fans. They're a chat room. They've grown accustomed to each other. They've bonded with each other. They like each other, and that's what the likes are about too. It's not necessarily that people like your content, but they're gonna, they don't want you to go away either. Though if you did, they would all certainly find another place to collect and have that conversation. I've seen this again and again, time and time again on YouTube. All right. many of the people who chat on your chat room, since you only have very short streams and very short lives, show up at other YouTubers that are longer. They have other friends as well, and other people that they have bonded with, and they will spend most of their time in those chat rooms anyway. That's why you can have your tens of thousands of subscribers and only get 40 or 50 views on your video and people chatting in the chat, because most of them are elsewhere chatting because you're not around all that much. Your channel and your streams are not reliable enough for some of the people who have bonded to get enough time together. So they've gone someplace where there is more going on. Just to that point. And then there's another thing about the spammy conspiracy type stuff. Like yesterday, all those posts about this trucker thing and blocking and boycotting New York and all that. And you were talking about how people are panicking and how prices are going up. And we're all here watching these New York live streamers. There is no panicking. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of people in Times Square and other places with the vending trucks and the specialty supermarkets just packed full of items and goods and sales. And there was no panicking. In fact, you were saying people were going out in advance and buying tons of food. No, 90% of the bags were from Saks and Macy's and other places like that. They were out doing what New Yorkers always do. And then eating out afterwards at restaurants that had plenty to sell. There is no panic, there is no fear, there is no emptying of store shelves like you described. And here it is Tuesday, and it's the same thing. And they are all aware of what is being said, what is in the news, and they are sick of hearing it in their chat, on their vlogs. So much so that they're telling everybody, look, it's not what people are making it out to be. We're aware of this so-called boycott. There's no shortage. There's no people panic buying or anything like that. People are out buying shoes and clothes and other stuff like they always do. The weather was brisk and cool, but everybody was out shopping at the stores and the fresh food markets, and then they were going out to restaurants and vendors on the streets. And so there's absolutely nothing of what you were describing, or the few other YouTubers who were, and I've noticed that all those posts have just vaporized into nothingness. All those live streams and stuff that we're talking about that yesterday, they are gone today. Poof, gone with the wind. Because it wasn't true. Nothing's happening. Nobody's freaking out. There's no mad rush. There's nobody killing nobody over for their bags of groceries or any such thing like that in New York City. So there's no sensationalism left to put out about the subject. So it all vanished, including yours. And now you've got so much negativity in the chat from that, no doubt, is why you turned off your comments. You guys got to stop. Be real. That's all people want, is honesty. All right, check your facts. Actually go to New York City, take a look for yourself. Or even you can get to New York City by watching New York live streamers. You get a feel of what the vibe is and what the neighborhoods are doing by watching them. And quite clearly, the tourism was going well, and as cold as it was, people were out shopping and having a good time and out to dinner at restaurants, and none of what you were reporting was happening. None of it. They're excited about the same things all other Americans and Canadians were. It was a long weekend. Monday was President's Day. The Daytona was Monday because it was delayed on Saturday because the first time, I guess maybe, as I understand it, the first time in history the Daytona was canceled because of rain. Possibly rain and cold, who knows, but it was rescheduled for Monday, all the same. And they were excited about that. And it's kind of like the Super Bowl. It is the Super Bowl of racing, actually. So, yeah. So I don't know how many people I'm going to have watching or how many people I do have watching this. At the moment, but I've been discussing with Mr. Works, who is he runs a channel called Deep View Media and Real Philly TV and Recording History, about having a work crew podcast when he's streaming, and even though he's not streaming at the moment, so yeah. But anyway, I hope to get some of his community and his mods, his work crew mods, in a podcast while he's streaming. We can view his live stream from the program here. Like we're looking at my video. We can run his videos and discuss the goings on his channel. We can talk about his e-bike and riding and his scooters. And for me, I know one of my discussions would be, boy, does it just make you cringe when you watch him go between the parked cars and the traffic, and just it looks like he's so close that he's going to hit a car, either a parked one or a rolling one, or get knocked off his bike by a mirror, somebody opening a door. It just, but yeah, and yes, I know it's a very pedestrian city, as he says, and so on and so forth, but even the same in Canada. But here in Canada, there's no parking on the streets where there's a bike lane. It's the bike lane. You can't park in the bike lane. They don't even have buses on most of the roads with bike lanes. And even more, they're starting to make bike lanes next to the road a paved area all of its own, like you would make a nature trail, only it's for bikes and scooters, and it's the inside of the sidewalk. And yes, it would have red lights because you still have to cross the street and everything else, even though you have your trails to ride your bikes on. And that's how the bike trails in Canada are starting to look like paved roads just for bicycles, next to the road on the other side of the sidewalk. Yeah, that type of bike path can't be everywhere in the city because there's not enough space. The way they built the houses, they did not plan on society the way it is today, and they're way close to the road, especially the one we're looking at here where you got a 4-lane highway. The housing is so close now to the road that if they took more land, the bike paths would come right literally past your front door, across your front door. There'll be no room for the sidewalk at the front of your house to get in your front door. And when you get up here, you can see the houses here, and this would be like the street where I live. When you get up to that white building up here, you're going to see how close to the, if you can't already tell by looking at the yellow house there, how close to the street and the sidewalk houses are. If they took another 4 feet for a bike path or even a sidewalk on this side of the street, would be no way to get in these buildings. The sidewalk and the bike path would come right past the front door. I mean, you got the sidewalk from the street up to the door, but if you put a bike path in there, this whole sidewalk area to the driveway, it would be gone because that would be bike path. That's why we have in the back, we have the path, which we use for a footpath, a bike path, a scooter path, electric wheelchairs and mobility scooters. And electric, though, is taking over Canada by a storm. Lots and lots of e-bikes, lots and lots of scooters. And the cold weather, it's not as prevalent, but it's definitely here. And if you go around the charging stations, you will see the charging stations are almost packed full all the time. There's a lot of cars, a lot of people charging. It is very bright and sunny here in Ontario today. I don't have my weather cam up at all. I wish I did and I could tune into it, but the temperature is way down there. Well, it is actually 31 degrees now. It's just reaching the point where it'll be at freezing, but it's only like -2 right now, but it was like -8, and with the wind chill, probably -12 before 9 a.m. Right now it's going for 10:30. It's heading for noon, so it's at high noon. Maybe after lunch we will be able to take the camera out. But anyway, if there is anybody from the work crew that happens to listen to my live stream, we are looking to get this work crew podcast going when Mr. Works is streaming, and hopefully he can work out hours where we can do this, because if he goes with the wrong hours, somebody else would have to do it for sure, because I would be busy taking care of family, getting kids to and from school. And he pretty much knows my schedule from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that's about it. From 7 p.m. until 9 o'clock is another time. And I know he was talking about noon and midnight, but he would, with those hours, he would almost lose my live viewing time completely. I would be watching him after the fact all the time. All the time. I hope you guys are interested, and yeah, I'd like to let's see. Here's an example of Mr. Works, indeed.
What's up with y'all this morning?
And we could have a podcast during his live. This is not a live, this is pre-recorded, I believe. Yeah. And he likes to teach YouTube. He not only teaches YouTube, he rides and walks Philadelphia and he shows the history of the city and it's the waterways, the Delaware River and other
I
rivers,
should put this in there,
playgrounds, and
but I don't really
nature
like this, y'all.
trails.
I wouldn't recommend this. Not for this, because look, this shouldn't do this. This shouldn't do this at all. And I got it as tight as I could have it. This shouldn't do this.
Complaining about his
You feel me?
Stanford
So I would have to
bike,
keep it a bean about this one.
and pointed
Now,
out
it
putting a
clamp
piece
on
of
other stuff
pointed out
real
putting a
good,
piece of tape
but
on
it
it
don't
and then
clamp on these
clamping it, and it
handlebars.
holds it really well. So between us all, we all come up with a solution for problems that he may have, or he comes up with a solution for problems that we may have. And he's really wise. He's a good photographer. He creates his own music, writes his own beats. He's an incredible YouTuber, and for sure. And I think that if we could get the work crew together and have a podcast about his live streams going through Philadelphia like this, it would be pretty cool.
Still loose. That should be something rubber, and it's something, but I think it looks rubber, but I think it's plastic. Because it should be tight on there. It shouldn't move at all.
The suggestion was a piece of tape, which he stopped and put on. And he only put a little teeny piece because I think it was probably all he had, and that was all he took. This was, I think
I'm
this
gonna
was
try it right now.
yesterday's
Tape
early
on the
morning
handlebars?
stream. Yeah,
That'll work.
tape.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's what we suggested. Anyway, this is Deep View Media, and we were in discussions about having a podcast called The Work Crew, because that's what he calls his viewers and his community, the Work Crew. And we could discuss his rides, and I know this doesn't seem, he was having problems, and this doesn't seem very exciting, but he did, he had quite a ride. He was on for 5 hours. 7 hours, one of his live streams this weekend, and crazy. I know he wasn't on last night, and probably the fire in Philadelphia and the cold air might have kept him in. He probably decided in his best interest not to go out and ride or walking with the problems they were having in the city.
Better. Definitely better. Way better. It's better. It really is. Let's see how much better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was way better. Oh, you cool, bitch. You got it, Mom. Thanks, though. Lot better.
So this Mr.
Thanks.
Works,
Good
he has
idea.
several
Great
channels,
idea.
more than a couple of channels.
Whole time I got tape
Deep
on
Blue
the bike.
Media here is just one, and then
And
there's
this the
Walking
crazy
Philly, the
part,
podcast,
I put it on
Sporting
there
History.
just to cover up the
He has
the,
music channels.
to show where the bike was from. Just because. And a tape ended up helping.
And he streams on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all the time, and Instagram. And he is starting to dabble with YouTube as well, and Reels, as well as Shorts.
I should have took a picture of the police station.
He has this app when he goes and does pictures that will leave a mark of will show every place where he's taken pictures, the timestamps and all of that. That really is cool. I can't remember the name of the program, but I'm sure he'll mention it. Somewhere in his live stream he has every time. Because he has several cameras and his Osmo Pocket 4 action camera and his Osmo 2. And he has a lot of cameras and recording devices and video devices on there. This is crazy. This is this is like for skateboards. Skateboarders are using this. They put in some ramps and whatnot under that bridge. I did not get to see his whole stream yesterday
right
because I left to play games and do my own uploads and stuff like that. Then I came back and he was still there. He'd already been going almost 5 hours, and then he was 2 more hours.
And it's the bridge.
So this part is as new to me as it is to you, because I didn't see it yesterday. I didn't get a chance to go back and watch his stream completely. It was a long stream.
Yeah, we definitely in the trenches. It's not even really on a map, y'all. Yes, it is.
I tell you, it's so far out, it's not on the map, but it is. Food you. He discovered some new areas that he himself hadn't seen. Continuing on the trail because the trail is broke up still. It's not complete. And he found a way across the railroad tracks to get to the other side that he didn't know existed.
It's light there, but it's dark. It's supposed to be dark where you at.
This camera was losing signal here, apparently. He goes and gets into some really crazy, dangerous spots with this bike. This is what I mean by makes me go, ooh.
That's the end of this, y'all. Yeah, that's the end. That's the end of it. While it lasted, but that's the end of it. I'm gonna take another flick and we out of here.
Just a little more dangerous than he thought.
Oh, I can't take no more pictures, y'all. I got too many pictures in here. I gotta take some up. Hold on. Somebody done left a meal down here. right there we just went through, I'm not familiar with that. This side over here, I've been here. Let's take a picture of that.
Here we go. Even he's finding places that he hasn't seen, and he grew up here as a kid. So running all over these trails and streets and whatnot. So it's always fun when you've been there, 40, 50 years, almost 50 years, and you find things you didn't realize exist. Some of these scenic areas that he gets through are really incredible pictures for sure. And yeah, Philadelphia is far bigger than a lot of people think. You can get these people from outside the country, like Russia and other places, and for them, it's all about a block and a half section called the Kensington neighborhood, and that's it. Honestly, it's not. It really is not. Pennsylvania itself is a big state, and Philadelphia is a big city. Big city.
This is my first time on this side over here, y'all. It's another part I've been to, not this. It's a nice shot too, though. And it felt a little warmer.
Yeah.
I feel the sun now. Let's go down here. Why not?
So that's Mr. Works, and he makes me crazy when he rides his bike places where the bike probably shouldn't be. As much as he tries to make you confident about what he's doing.
Did not think we was gonna get this close to the water, y'all. I really didn't come here to
close.
Get this close.
You're over top of it, so.
Wow. We on the water right now, basically.
Wouldn't slip with that throttle and you're in that water, buddy. That's how I'm thinking right now.
Oh, this is super relaxed and chill. I can't say it enough, man. Super relaxed and chill.
Mm-hmm. This is 4 hours into his 6.5 hour live stream. Crazy, and I've just been obviously skipping through this. We don't want to restream this entire stream right here. I would like to get some of these people here, the mods and stuff, but they're not all going to the Facebook group. And that's where I can put together that the Deep Blue Media Facebook group. Or during a live stream, actually. You could put a link to my Streamlabs there too.
Gonna give me a sport. I don't know when the last time I brought something out of sport. I don't like that. It ain't that deep, but I don't like it. Sport needs to be small and flimsy. I don't like the sport. Give me the sport. I'm a grown man. Sports in elementary school.
That's Mr. Works right there.
Yeah, we're just walking to the school again.
This is our school walk from the other day.
Back downtown.
And we talked about the drug problem they had here, where last week 27 people overdosed in a 24-hour period.
20 watches all over here too.
25 of them were in the same block period in the same hour.
Volunteers.
Incredible.
Watching all these neighborhoods. That I consider them unsafe, but they're definitely watching because the overdose emergency is pretty bad here over this last week.
Look like for that day, at least that day,
so
for that particular week, this small city of less than 60,000 people started to look like Zombie Town or Kensington.
Some of the news coverage.
Worse than Kensington, in fact, probably.
We're in a small town with less than 60,000 people. I only have 4 ambulances. 23 people an hour dropping of overdoses. A big overload on the services. They got all the garage doors up here now. It's really, I knew they weren't going to finish before winter. Didn't get started until mid-August. They finally got all the windows and roof doors, so they're definitely working inside. There's a new restaurant in the back of this big complex here. And you can smell their food cooking. Even over here. Really hoping to get push this to a partnership and start getting a little monetization anyway. We need a new phone, want to get some microphones, cut down on the wind noises and stuff. Also, some people have been talking about the breathing. I think probably because I'm holding the gimbal far too close. This store is closed again. Not quite sure why.
Crackers off.
Kids all in a hurry to get home from school. It's Friday, you can't blame them. There's no mountain that's still over there. Let's go for a walk. I need a troublemaker. What's your troublemaker? What kind of trouble are you making on YouTube?
I don't know.
I see them stupid comments. I know you're not responsible for them, but I still see them. Okay, Bush. Sure, bro. Did you see any sleeping people on your way home?
No.
No?
Saw a lot of awake people. Quite odd.
Well, that's unusual for this neighborhood these days, I guess. You know, with all those people overdosing and everything on the animal tranquilizer and all. Zombie downtown. Of course, it's always been that way. We won't tell them that.
Yeah. Just hide the truth from people. I don't know what it's called. I think it's a false positive or something.
You got a false positive? For what?
Everything.
Oh my God. Why so negative with the false positive? Is that an oxymoron? It's the Shriners Hall. That's where they have their clown convention. And weddings. You ever been to a clown wedding? Exactly. You toot your own horn, clown buddy.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Pull my nose. Ah, it was so warm today. Even the street wanted DQ.
The road just couldn't stand the heat.
So how's it feel to be dressed for sub-zero temperatures and almost 60-degree weather?
Well, I can tell you it feels like more than summer.
More than summer. By mid next week, they're going to take all this fun away from us. Damn Indian givers. January thought takers. I was watching all the news today. The Belleville junk that's been going on. 4 ambulances and 23 patients, overdose patients to move,
3 patients?
in 1 hour from the same block downtown on Tuesday. Oh, should we dare the bus?
No, I don't think so.
Is it big for us?
No. It's waiting for absolutely no one. The opposite way of the normal way of saying it.
Yeah.
I.e., dying.
They don't keep stopping. They don't like us here. Let's go. I know if we're confusing them or they're confusing us. It is a 4-way stop, but still, pays attention to that.
Yeah, who pays attention to that?
I smell coffee. Hey, coffee. It's just
Anyways, back. Tim Horton himself, right behind us, brewing coffee.
Yeah, I was
Can't
just
believe it.
walked past the convenience store up there. It was closed again. I wonder. It's odd. Wonder if it went out of business.
Maybe.
I mean, the guy did unlock the door as I was walking up, but I know I haven't seen them posting on their Facebook page recently. Well, when I say recently, I mean since Christmas. Is Sarah up here again?
Possibly.
Hey, can we vlog you? You sing and dance? Can you sing and dance? Can you sing and dance? Come on, it's a little. Now I'm stuck with Ian, and all he does is moan when you wake him up in the morning. Oh.
Waiting for the child.
Come on, let's do your Taylor Swift impression.
What?
Do your Taylor Swift impression. Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Better than he could do.
I don't know. He might, because Ellie shows him how to do this all the time. You might have picked up a thing or two. I'm gonna shut this off because it's adult people things around here. They walk up and they say, "What are you doing? Recording kids at the schoolyard again?" And I said, "No, it's not my day." Yeah, I give you a hard time. I don't know why. Phone don't let me turn it off right now. All right, we're back. Nobody knew we were gone. Nobody knew. Who knew? This car's backing up, so listen for bones to crunch.
Then why are you so? No matter what, your age, so you have to put your shoes back on.
So you'll wet yourself today?
No,
So your socks weren't
I
wet.
fell in a puddle, okay? And I also dropped my sweater in the puddle.
Oh yeah, and I also accidentally drank an entire bowl of soup today. Just
In
on
a puddle?
accident. Out of a puddle. No, I don't know who did it, but someone that I only picked up, took a little soup, dumped it in the puddle, picked it up.
There you go.
Yum, yum.
It's the only way
I
to
accidentally drank it all.
drink a puddle.
Kind of slight taste of burnt though.
Wanna know how I accidentally dropped it? I was carrying it because I
Because you,
was wearing my other sweater now.
because you carried it. I think like, with one other
All right, so we're back. We're back. It's almost time to say goodbye.
And then when
But I hope you enjoy our podcast and our lives and such. Don't forget to give us a like and follow and subscribe.
You want to sit down in that?
We definitely appreciate your support. And the types of support are free. Liking, subscribing, whatnot. It's all free. Commenting.
Thank you for answering.
It all helps, especially on our lives.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And our
Scribble,
actually,
scribble.
our uploaded vlogs. We'll bring you all kinds of exciting stuff that we can, and especially,
Keep it up. We're going to get you stitches.
today's happening, but I'm not going to do it through scam or conspiracy, fear-mongering type of stuff. If we never got a view on a stream, at least I can sleep at night knowing that I was honest with people. That's the way I see it. Nope.
Wearing your sweater?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'll take coat.
well, if you want to carry it,
No.
wear it. Carry it that way.
Because in my backpack and the wet sweater.
Well, do you want to switch then?
No!
Yeah. Yep, Ellie fell in a puddle. And, it was
You
warm
wear your
out.
sweater.
But the breeze still had a a wind chill to it.
Okay, are we
So as
crossing the
warm as it
street here, or are
was,
we
and as much
crossing
as
the
it was
street
melting
there?
everything and
I don't
creating
care.
all the water and stuff, the sun still wasn't high enough. Now it's high enough where even if it's below zero, if the sun is out
Way down
light
here, we
enough right
cross that
now,
way.
it's melting that snow, and that's
Here?
the problem we're having now. I would have with
Yeah, this
the
side, too.
cool that we
Hard to get
had
home
this
that way.
morning, I could have went out with my equipment, but there's 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground.
No, and the store's closed anyway. Already walked past.
So no, I'm not into that. Walking out in all that snow for even 10 minutes to do a vlog. The wind is still cold.
Something slight, at the very least, slightly.
Puddle
When
Ellie?
it melts, when it starts melting, you can bet we'll be right back out there, even if it's tomorrow morning.
Uh-oh.
Not really.
I think we're waiting.
That way.
You wanna go that way?
Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
For some reason that day, she didn't want to cross the street to go home. She wanted to go down to the crossing guard. Well, that's all good. Anyway, guys, behave. Have a good afternoon. We hope you enjoy our vlogs and our discussions and stuff. And we'll be back with more. Hopefully, we can get some podcasts with Mr. Work. The
Middle
work
winter.
crew going. Maybe we can't. I don't know. But it's worth a try. We'll see you later. Have a good day.